So we're going to look at the clone stamp now, and the clone stamp is the shortcut is S. So you're going to look at make sure your brush is not too hard or not too soft, and you are going to look at the opacity up here. You want it usually around 90%. 100% is fine in certain cases. So I would suggest start at 90%. The flow should be 100% aligned, and then current and below, because we have that blank layer. So the clone stamp is a little different, and I think it works better actually in edges. I mean, for the stuff that's fairly rough, you can just go with the healing brush. For everything else, you can go with the clone stamp. But the clone stamp is going to work perfectly like on edges. So something like this. You can see I can actually just make it fairly precise. So let's say if I want to retouch this, I think so I'll demo this. The healing brush may run into problem and not be as precise. Seems to work totally fine here. We'll go with the stamp. So just stamp, basically the only difference is you select the area that it's going to copy it from. The healing brush, what you're doing is you're actually letting the computer calculate what the information that are surrounding the point that you select. So again, I'm going to go to the healing brush. Healing brush, basically when I click on this point, let me zoom in a little bit. When I click on this point, it's basically the computer calculates what's around and makes a judgment call as to what it should be. So all of these I can just very quickly retouch them, and the computer will just do its work. The clone stamp usually, especially on something like this, if you wanted to, will do a better job. So I click option, select an area, and basically I can have a preview of what's going to happen, and you go from there.